Mr. Potter's Zoo Book. Cyril the Penguin by Terry Ward. Early one Wednesday morning, Mr. Potter the zookeeper was just getting ready to go out to check all the animals in his zoo, when he saw the fishmonger, Mr. Halibut, coming up the drive at the back of his cottage. Mr. Halibut had come to deliver fish to Mr. Potter for the sea lions and the penguins. Mr. Halibut was a very happy, jolly man. He was always telling terrible fishmongery jokes. "Good morning, Mr. Potter."
"Morning, Mr. Halibut," said Mr. Potter. "How are you?"
"Oh, I'm having a whale of a time getting over here." Mr. Potter chuckled. "You probably think it's a bit fishy, me coming over this early in the morning," added Mr. Halibut. He took 6 boxes of fish out of his truck for Mr. Potter. "Here we are," said Mr. Halibut. "Just scribble your signature on my pad and I'll be on my way. Make sure you sign the right place." Fish, fish, more fish, lots of fish, even more fish, fish galore. After Mr. Halibut had gone on his way, Mr. Potter filled his red plastic bucket right up to the top with fish and went off to feed the penguins over in the penguin pool. As Mr. Potter arrived at the penguin pool, all the penguins jumped up and down. They made such a noise, it sounded like being at a football match.
"Hey, good morning, Cyril," said Mr. Potter to one of the penguins.
"Oh, good morning, Mr. Potter, eh?" said Cyril.
"As I feed you this morning," said Mr. Potter, "I wonder if you could tell me where you come from and what it was like there."
"Oh, yes," said Cyril.
"You see, I need more detail for my children's book about animals which I'm writing in the evenings," continued Mr. Potter.
Every morning before the main gates of the zoo are opened, Mr. Potter talks to all the animals and they can talk to him. But as soon as the gates are open, they won't talk again until Mr. Potter comes round the following day. Mr. Potter took out a map of the world from his pocket and showed it to Cyril. Cyril pointed to the place with his flipper. "It's a country right at the bottom of the world, eh?" said Cyril. "It's called Antarctica."
"Is it very cold down there?" asked Mr. Potter.
"Oh, yes it is, eh?" replied Cyril. "Although the sun does shine in the summer, the Antarctic is always covered in snow." "It's not the only place in the world where penguins can live. Some kinds of penguin live in New Zealand. Some live in South America, but the continent I come from is Antarctica, eh?" said Cyril. Mr. Potter threw some fish to the other penguins and continued to listen to what Cyril was saying. "Penguins are birds," they said. "They can't fly, but they can swim."
"I find that a little bit confusing," said Mr. Potter, scratching his head.
"It's simple, really," said Cyril the penguin. "You see, over the years, we have found it's much better for us to swim because we eat fish and we have to catch them. So our wings have become flippers and our feet are now webbed."
"Do you lay eggs like all the other birds?" said Mr. Potter.
"Well, the female penguins do," replied Cyril. "They make nests in pebbles and lay their eggs in them."
"Then what happens?" Mr. Potter asked.
"Well," said Cyril, "female penguins go out to the sea to catch fish, and the male penguins stay and stand and guard over the eggs until their wives return. When the eggs hatch, the little chicks are covered in down. It looks like the grey cotton wool, and this keeps them warm until they grow into adult penguins, eh?"
"I could stay here all day talking to you, but I'm afraid I must go and feed the other animals in the zoo," said Mr. Potter. "They'll be wanting their lunch."
Cyril said goodbye to Mr. Potter and asked him what he was having for lunch. Mr. Potter paused to think and then said,
"I think I will have fish."